make way over 100,000 in income. Let me introduce you to Jackie and Johnny. You gotta get poised and focus on meeting attendance. Nothing is more important than you growing that base shop, you growing that team. And whether you're a district, brand new person, a division, a regional, you have a team, and your team represents, it's the essence of you, and that's you. That's your sense of urgency. Another thing, we need to first sell ourselves on why it is important to build a team. Look, you're not going to your next. Primerica promotes you on two things. Let me keep it to you very simple, Ashley. You're brand new. You just got licensed. Congratulations. Let's give it up for Ashley. Great job. You didn't give up. You kept going. But Ashley, let me keep it very simple for you. You have to focus on your important for you if you're ever thinking of getting your next promotion. Primerica Pro 1 is team size, which means recruiting numbers, by so X by team production. So team size, team production. Team size, team production. They're only going to promote you to district, division, and regionals by team size, team production. Look, the guideline to go district within your first 30 days is 3 recruits and 3,000 in premium. Why? Because Primerica promotes you on team size and team production. You're not going to get a promotion just on personal production. It's a very scary place to be. We don't want you to be there. Raul and I are definitely not there. The only reason why we make in Primerica $500,000 is because we built a team. You can make great income in Primerica on your own pen, but it's risky because the riskiest place to be in the cash flow quadrant, right? Who has heard of the cash flow quadrant? Employee, business owner, self-employed, and an investor. The most riskiest place risky place to be is as a business owner. If you're here in Primerica and you don't, self-employed. If you're here in Primerica and you don't have a team, you're self-employed. Your income is dependent on you. You know, when we go through the cash flow quadrant, you are self-employed in that cash flow quadrant. I just joined Primerica. I don't have nobody under me. You're self-employed. And you know how we talk about self-employed people. Hey, you lose your arm and you do hair, there goes your opportunity. You're a doctor, you can no longer do surgery, there goes your career. It's the riskiest place to be. So we need to find a way to help people that they're starting in business with us as self-employed and take them into business ownership. And how do we do that? Well, we do that by helping them build a team, because your team, you will grow and you will get promoted based on team size and team production. A message to Renis to get on. So team size, team production. That's how you're gonna get to your next level. So let me give you an example. And this is a very simple example, but I need you guys to understand what I'm saying, okay? Raise your hand, whether you're on Zoom, camera or not camera. I need all of you guys to participate. Raise your hand if you want to own an In-N-Out. Raise your hand. I want to own an In-N-Out. I want to own an In-N-Out, right? Now, raise your hand if you want to work at In-N-Out. You know, even hands went down. You guys are shaking your head like, hell, owning it or working in it, right? What's better is owning it, and you have no ownership until you build your team. Imagine I buy a In-N-Out and I say, forget it, I don't need a team, let me run all bases. What's gonna happen is In-N-Out ain't gonna approve me for me to open, and number two, I'm gonna burn out. And people quit. People get burned out when they don't have a team. So it's important for you to have a team. We're on the 9th of the month. 9th of the month. We are on the 9th of the month. And if you're at 0 by 0, whether you're part-time or full-time, look, there's only two reasons why you're at 0 by 0 on the 9th of the month. So write this down. My team, anyone, me or anyone on my team at 0 by 0 by the 10th of the month. That means the company has already given you 10 days. If you're at 0 by 0, that's why I pushed for us to get at least one recruit, one sales. But if you're at 0 by 0 and it's the 10th of the month, it is only these two reasons. I'm sorry, these are it. Talk to your team about it, right? It is what it is. Number one, you don't know what you're doing. You don't know what you're doing. Because if you knew what you had to do to be profitable in business, you will be doing it all day, every day without even getting tired. Or number two, you don't want to do it. You just don't want to do it. You know, either you don't know what to do or you don't want to do it. Like you might know what to do, but you just don't want to do it. And look, I say this. I always say this example because I need you guys to have a visual of how important this is. Is the 10th of the month, today's the 9th, tomorrow's the 10th. 10 days have gone by. 10 minutes have gone by and you haven't gotten your kids out of the house on fire. If my house is on fire, how soon do I want to go in? I ain't going to ask for permission. I need to get them out. I don't care if I have to bite the firefighters, sock the police. I don't care. I'm getting inside the house. No one's going to stop me. I don't care if I die with my kids. I'd rather die with my kids than knowing that one of my children died. You can't be worried about what other people say or think. That's their opinion. That's their opinion, okay? Now, let me give you another example. Who you are is very awesome, and Primerica, with people like you, have built a phenomenal life by building their business with people just like you and I. You know, Emilia and Faith and I were talking today about, you know, like how blessed the young people are in our organization. They're blessed because you guys have no kids right now. Some of you guys are married, most of you guys are not, but you're blessed. You can give it all day, from, like Diana said, in the morning at Gary Cornegay's, from 6 in the morning till late at night. Man, I encourage you to do that, because if at the club I will be there till 4 o'clock in the morning, are you kidding me? I ain't gonna be there for my business till 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm gonna wake up really early. If for my boss, when I used to work for my boss at Bank of America, guys, I was 1 minute late and I would call her 15 minutes before. I knew it was gonna be 1 minute late. Why can't you be that level of honor with your leaders? They're trying to get you to $1 million or at least $500,000, right? So you got to check yourself. So we were talking about how blessed the young people are. And then I remember, and I said, you know what, girls? Virginia Carter, when she started Primerica and became one of the 7 founders, she was 65 years old. She was 65 and she became $1 million earner. She was already retired. She shouldn't have be in Primerica. But you know what? At age 65, she had a goal. She had a vision. She had a mission to say, you know what? I need to get my adult children financially independent. And today, years after she's been on with the Lord, the company still pays her grandchildren over $1.2 million. That's a legacy. What's going to happen after you leave? And you know what? That can only happen through us building a team. So we got to build a team. There's 3 priorities in Primerica. Write this down, especially you, Ashley, because you just got licensed. I would say Junior, Larry, Maria, just young Andre, but this is for all of us, including myself. These are 3 things, 3 priorities in this business. In this business, these are 3 priorities. Number 1 is you got to be in an appointment. You have to be in an appointment. If I'm going to put in 8 hours to build my Primerica business, out of those 8 hours, 80 to 90% of my time, I gotta be in an appointment. I have to be in an appointment. If I'm part-time and I'm honestly part-time, then you should be 2 to 3 hours a day in an appointment. So number 1 is being in an appointment. These are the top 3 priorities. Priority number 2, follow up to get into an appointment. You got to make phone calls, follow up with people, follow up with recruits, follow up with clients, get back into an appointment. So you could get back to priority number 1. And number 3, prospect to get into appointments. So it all goes back to priority number one, and it goes in that order. You got to be in an appointment. You got to make some follow-up calls and call your team, call your clients so you can go back to appointments. And then when you don't have appointments, go out prospecting so you could be back into appointments. Nothing is built outside an appointment. Not much is built. Not much is built. I understand we self-develop on our time, downtime. I don't like to say off time, but downtime, we self-develop. My husband and I, he gets up like around 4:30 in the morning every day. I get up at 6 in the morning every day. And the minute I wake up, the first thing I do, I brush my teeth, go to the restroom, and I play a self-development audio. I need to grow my mind. I need to grow my spirit. I need to be sharp and ready to go as soon as I get in the car. Like, everything is important. It's intentional. So I want to go over the promotion guidelines. I have them here. Let me share my screen, because some of you guys have been asking me, what do I got to do to go to my next promotion, and what should I be focused on? And here it is. These are the promotion guidelines. If you want a copy of this, it's on the Desert Heat. It's on the website that Raul's gonna put it on the chat, or you can text me directly and I'll send it to you. There you go. It's on Desert Heat Systems. Okay, so these are the promotion guidelines. Let's talk about them. Okay. Field training bonus: bank and accumulate $200 field training bonus each time you observe a field training presentation and do 1,000 in premium. So right here, do one recruit one by one, you get a $200 training bonus. This month it's not $200. This month they're giving you an additional $100, so it's $300. No limit on how many $200 you can get. When I joined Primerica, let me tell you what I did. I got 6 recruits and I did over 20,000 in premium my first month. Not licensed, no licencia, not licensed. I did 34 sales my first 30 days. So when I do a fast start, I have 0 doubt and 100% conviction to tell you to book appointments, because I ran 34 appointments, no more than that, because I ended up closing 34 sales my first month. We were running 5 appointments a day, 5 appointments with Jaime, my then upline, who one day I'll tell you the whole story. Unfortunately he passed away, but that was 34 sales my first 30 days. So anybody can do 3 by 3 if they focus. Anybody. If they don't focus, then you don't want it. And that's what it takes for business. Even if you just want to do sales, 3 by 3 should be the bare minimum. And then after that, go at it with sales, because some people come into this business wanting to just do sales. Okay. To be to a 25% contract, all you got to do is 2 things. Pass your state exam and get appointed with Primerica. Everyone starts there. But you can get pre-promoted to district leader. Now, to get to 35% contract is a contract that we hardly ever, never talk about. But all you gotta do is get 3 directs that join Primerica that pay $124. 3 directs, or do 1 recruit and 1,000 in personal and field train production, field train production. Get your 3 associates, register for the pre-licensing course, help 1 person on your team get licensed, and pass their life exam. And all you got to do is either 3 directs or 1 by 1. Amelia was talking to Johnny and said, you're so close to your senior rep. Get it. If they can't fight for senior rep, they won't fight for RVP. I want everybody fighting. If we don't fight, then we are comfortable, and the enemy of growth is being comfortable. We can't be comfortable. No more, guys. We're in 2026 and we're in February. How fast did that go? Okay, so let's talk about district leader. You can get your district leaders 30 days from submitting your IBA, okay? You have 30 days from the day you submit it to do 3 by 3 personal for you to become a district leader. Here are the catches of if you don't do it here are the catches to get it done. Not the catches, but a must do if you don't hit it there, okay? And this is what you got to do. Now let's say Johnny, who's here, Johnny from Emilia's team, he's here at the office listening to me. So Johnny, you don't get your 3x3 in 30 calendar days. Now, when you get your license, you have to do 6x6 in the first 60 days of submitting your application personal, and 60 days. So now you have to do 6x6, including division and regional promotion pre-qualification. So that's you got to do, if you want to go division, division, you got to do 6x6 personal or do 6x6 team in one calendar month, and get minimum 5 team codes. You got to get 5 codes under your team and do 6x6, and you advance now to district. So if you don't get it done by the 3x3, I don't know if you notice here, it gets harder. So I get so scared for your Primerica future. Please listen to this. I'm not putting you down. I'm just creating some conscious awareness of what's going to happen. I get very scared when you recruit someone and you don't do their fast start immediately and they don't run an appointment within the first 24 hours. I get very scared because if they don't get the 3x3 done within the first 30 days, it's now going to be harder. The champion's going to do it, but it's better if you help them. And the 3x3, it's I would say, 99% responsibility of the field trainer. 1% is theirs. Well, what's the 1%? The 1% is their doggone list. The top 25 is the 1%. If they give me the top 25 list, top 25, that's the new recruits 1%. The other 99 is me knowing what to do with this list. And if you don't know what to do with this list, join me for a fast start every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Are you going to have a fast start tomorrow since we have off night? Yes, I am. I'm going to do a quick fast start. Bring them tomorrow at 6 p.m. I'm not going to change the date anymore. Last time I did Wednesday, nobody showed up. So I'm just going to keep fast starts every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Have them come. We'll do a quick fast start. We need people in appointments. So that's what you got to do. I hope there's no questions. If you guys have questions, write them down, text me later, or give me a call after training. I'll take your calls. We want to help you, okay? Let's talk about division. Pay attention because this is where most of you guys need to start heading. Produce one active district leader. What's an active district leader? Let's see. Anai, what's an active district leader?
So, can you hear me?
Go ahead.
I said someone who closes a sale or at least picks up a business partner.
Okay. This active district leader, it's someone who, number one, write this down, number one, shows up. And number two, produces. If you notice here, I didn't say how much. I didn't. But produces. Let me give you an example of a good example district leader. This one's a good one. Right now, the Heartlands, they show up every Friday, every Monday night training, every Sunday wrap-up call. They show up to everything. And they produce. Every month they produce. They never go the month with doing 0x0. They produce. That's an active district leader. If you're a district leader and you're listening to me, become an active district leader so you can produce an active district leader. God will not bless you with people that are better than you because you're not going to know what to do with them. You have to be what you want to get, what you attract who you are. You got to get really good at this business. You got to get really good at getting them out in the field, picking up their top 25 and getting them promoted within their first 30 days. I would say 10 days, 15 days, but 30 days is a good amount of time for us to promote a district leader, okay? Number two, you got to do 10x10 team production in one calendar month, 6,000 max per leg counts, and minimum 10 codes. You need 10 codes to go division leader on your team. Yep, you need 10 codes. And minimum, you have to produce a minimum of 3x3 personal on the promoting month. You must be independent and acceptable QBI of 70% or better. This is very important, the 60 or 70%, because if you don't have a 60 or 70%, that means you don't know what to do with the client or how to issue policies, and you have to be about your business. Another good example is the Heartlands. You know, we don't do much of their pending. They do it all. They very rare do I get a call on, hey, I don't understand this, or I don't know what to do. No, they call home office themselves. They take care of their clients. They book their appointments. That's an independent person who really wants to advance to their next promotion. But this is key right here. This is key right here. 10. To go regional, you need what? 15 codes. 15 codes to go regional. So those of you guys that want to go regional, you need 15 codes on your team. Now let's break this one down, okay? Because maybe in your mind you think you can go regional, but I'm not here and there. Now let me tell you, here and there we might do a promotion incentive. We did it in December, we did it in January, and only one person on my team hit the promotion guideline. Here and there we might do it, but that's very here and there, okay? You got to focus on meeting attendance so you can pick up your recruiting numbers and pick up the production number. That's the only way you're going to be able to promote to the next level. So let's talk about it. You need 3 direct districts that are active, meaning what's an active district leader? What's an active district leader, Ashley?
One who shows up and produces 10 by 10.
No, an active district leader is number 1, you got to write someone that shows up, and number 2, someone that produces, whether it is one sale or one recruit or both or more, okay?
Right.
Just produces. So you want to be an active producer district leader. Now to go regional, you need 3 active producing districts. 3. It's not 300. Some of us act like it's 300. It's just 3. You need to do 15 by 15 in one calendar month. 10,000 is max counts for one leg. You got to do minimum 15 codes. This is important. That's why Raul is big on like, hey, let's get your team licensed. Let's have them go through the licensing system. If you don't know the system, look, I can say that all regionals on my team know the licensing system, okay? I can tell you that if you're under these teams, have them help you too. You have access to Raul, Coach Raul. You have access to him. But you also, if you're under these teams, you have access to them too. Tanya and Ray know the system. Jackie Hernandez knows the system. We have Yvette Osorio, Noel, they know the system. Faith and John know the system. You got to know the system. Regionals also know the licensing system. They know how to get people licensed. So you need 15 team codes. Minimum 3 by 3 have to be personal. Must be independent. Must have submitted their SIE application. It has to be submitted, and you have to have an acceptable quality of business of 70% or better, okay? Now, let's talk about RVP. I think a senior regional leader should be a position that should only last 90 days, because I don't know, we now have senior regional, but when I grew up in the business, they never mentioned 2 promotions. They never mentioned senior rep and senior regional leader. That means you've been there too long. You got to this should be, honestly, babe, maybe we should change it. This should be a 90-day promotion. You're either, if you don't move up from here in 90 days, you should be moved down to regional. Because it shouldn't even be it's, to me, Raul and I were never senior regionals. We went straight from a regional to RVP, because this only gives you a false sense that you are building a business and that you have a business. Okay, so RVP, 110%. The most important is this promotion, okay? If you want to become a regional vice president and make great income, that's the most important. What do we have to do to get there? Please tell me, what do we have to do? I'm in. You got to produce 6 direct district leaders. Six. So this was me. Let me give you an example. Let me give you an example of this, of what we used to do, Raul and I. Every time we had date night, this was our date. This was what we were drawing out in a napkin or in a notebook. We would always say, okay, babe, this is me and you. This is Manuel and Blanca. This is Marilua. Babe, who else do we have? This is Damaris. Hey, babe, we have Frankie. Hey, babe, who else do we have? Hey, right here. Remember, we got Naum in the business. Okay, we have Benjamin. Babe, remember, we just got Yuli license. This was our conversation. I don't know what happened here. Like, our conversations were where our directs. And then once we were done with our directs, now I counted a direct licensed agent as part of a link. That was us, okay? Then once we were done, then we started saying, okay, who's under this person? Who's under this person? Who's under this person? Who's under this person? And that's how we grew. You have to have a visual, and this visual is not for me, it's for you. You need to know exactly who's on your team. So if you have 3 direct districts, that means I need 3 more, right? So our goal was to do 10 direct districts before going RVP. We ended up having the 6 and we got promoted out. So this is something that you guys have to do every time. If you're in partnership with your partner, if you don't have a partner, you could do it with me and Raul. Hey, this is where we're at. What do you advise? This is where my team is heading. This is the production we're doing. Now, you need 6 direct districts. Ashley said it. People who are showing up and they're producing. Number 2, you got to do 40 by 40 as a team one time, or 20 by 20 2 consecutive months, okay? So do 40 by 40. I suggest you do the 20 by 20. If you do 40 by 40, great. Do it again, because you need, in order for you to get the $15 or $20,000 Primerica stock, you need to do 2 consecutive months over 20 by 20 or over. You have to do it. So, and then minimum, you have to have, right here it says 100 codes. Sorry, someone called me. Babe, is this the right one? I think the other one that you showed me, it was 40 codes, right, babe? Babe.
It's 20 by 20 by 20 codes, but it's not 100
no, but
codes.
I think the new one, we had put 40 codes.
Yeah, it's not 100 codes for sure.
Okay, send me the new one, babe. Okay. I don't know why I have this one. I think this one I got it from the, anyways, it's 40 codes. Write that down. I'll send you the new one. Sorry, guys, it's because I printed a bunch of them, but it doesn't matter. We could write them down. 40 codes. Given acceptable replacements up to RVP discretion. I want to stop here, okay? Your replacement means the promotion exchange. 2 to 3 legs we will take as replacements. 2 for sure. If combined 2 legs ain't doing 10 by 10 or 15 by 15, or we see that they are not replacing you, if they're not replacing you, we are gonna take 3. If we see that they're not replacing you, it's like you have a bunch of people showing up, but they're not doing what you're doing. Like, they're not even putting up the numbers. It's a lot of rah-rah. No one's really personally producing. Then I'm going to take the risk and forget it. I'm going to get 3. But to be quite honest, 2 is going to be, it's going to be a must. 3, if they ain't writing no business.
I texted to you so you could pull up the updated one. It does say 40 codes. I don't know where you got that one from.
I don't know. I think I got this one, babe, from the website. So 40 codes. So Raul, I'm right now, well, just know that it's 40 codes. It's the same one, but on 40. And then you have to have an acceptable QBI of 75 or better. This, guys, is very important. 911, because Michael Pyatt, who's our OSJ means Office of General Counsel, he signs all of our, yours and mine, RVP promotions. So Michael Pyatt is big on this one right here. Your QBI has to be 75 or better. He will not promote you at 73,000 through 73% QBI or 74% QBI. He will promote you. The first question when we promoted Terry, when we promoted Neto, when we promoted Sergio and Diana, Abraham, Vianney, Jackie and Johnny, the first question that Michael Pyatt asks us before we meet with him, because when we're going to promote you to our RVP, we're going to go to Anaheim. We're going to Arcadia, and we meet with our coach Pyatt in person, not on Zoom. We go. We say, hey, I have a couple that are hitting their guidelines. Can we meet? The first question before he meets with us is this one. Where is their QBI at? 75%. Perfect. Have them come over. Because he says it's perfect. Have them come over. Give me their solution numbers. Let me run numbers. I need to run up their numbers. Okay. So I'll see you guys here. And when we show up, boom. And Michael has already, he knows, he'll text us. You know what? I don't see really strong replacement here. I don't see this. I see something good or good, great, negative, positive. He forecasts what's going to happen, and we trust him. So when you're ready to go RVP and you have your 6 districts and you're running an over 20 by 20 base shop, we're going to go see Michael Pyatt. But you got to make sure before we book that appointment that you're at 75% or better. Minimum 3x3 personal, right? You got to know, you got to be a killer field trainer to go RVP. A killer. What I mean is like a killer. Someone that's boom, closes. 98, not okay. 90 would be amazing. But let's say you're at least 75 and plus closer. Like out of 10 appointments, you're closing for sure 7. Right? Out of 10 appointments. And then you have to be securities licensed. You must be series 6 and 60, obviously SIE series 6 and 63 securities license, and have OSJ approval, which is Michael Pyatt's approval. So what would I focus on? I will focus on 40 codes. I will focus on my meeting attendance. I will focus on bringing a lot of people to op night. I will focus on things that matter, and what matters is you blowing up your team and your team looking like something like this, a big team that could push you out, because you could have a lot of licenses, and that's good. But you got to have these licenses producing. You got to have these licenses showing up. You have to have these licenses involved, engaged, them wanting to do the business with you. So Raul sent me the new one, and the real one looks like this right here. It has the 40 codes. Regional leader, you need 15 team codes, division leader 10, etc., etc. If you want a copy of this, let me know. I am also going to put it on the Desert Heat Telegram. Okay, I don't know if you can help me with that, babe. Just put it on the Telegram. So that's that. Now, let's talk. Now I want to talk to us about when you get the list, what do you do? Okay, so every one of us, I'm assuming we know how to, we have 20 minutes. I'm not going to go over the interview process, but I will be training on the interview process this week, and we're going to master interview, okay? After you do the interview, you ask this very important question. You say on a scale, let me ask you a question. Do you have any questions? No. Okay, let me ask you a question, Raul. If I was to teach you, I was to help you get licensed, teach you everything that I know, could you see yourself doing this at least on a part-time basis? If I could teach you everything that I know, help you get your license, could you see yourself doing this at least on a part-time basis? One thing that my trainer taught me, guys, is master closing questions, because you could be all lost, but if you master the closing questions, you'll close. So sometimes I'm talking about interview and the conversation goes somewhere else, but I always bring it back because I know the closing questions. So let me ask you, Larry, if I could teach you everything that I know, help you get your license, could you see yourself doing this at least on a part-time basis? Junior, so if I could teach you everything that I know, help you get your license, could you see yourself doing this at least on a part-time basis? You got to master that question, and that question is here on the interview questionnaire, is the very last question of the interview, and it's here. If I could teach you everything that I know, that everything you need to know and help you get licensed, could you see yourself doing this at least on a part-time basis? This particular question, guys, you have to memorize this one. If I could teach you everything that I know, everything you need to know and help you get your license, could you see yourself doing this at least on a part-time basis? That has to be like memorized, okay? So once they say that, what do you do with the list? Now you go to to the list, and I said, they say, yes, okay, great. So then you go over, you got to take care of the 124. Would that be a problem for you today? No. Okay, great. We're going to do that. And I'm going to help you go promote to RVP. So let me go back so you can see an example of when I wrap it up on an interview presentation. So if I could teach you everything that I know that you need to know and help you get your license, could you see yourself doing this at least on a part-time basis? Yes. Okay, so first we're going to submit your background check with the 124. Remember, I already went over the 124 in the process because I went over the interview. You're going to get trained by observing 10 presentations, people who you know that can help you just get familiar with getting some experience and getting trained. And you're going to get promoted to your first level of contract, and it takes 2 to 3 weeks for you to get licensed. Okay, great. Any questions? No. Can I see your ID? You do the IBA. After doing the IBA, you immediately do the fast start. I do the fast start on a white piece of paper. So I do the fast start on an extra piece of paper, white, and then I write everything down of what's going to happen your first 30 to 45 days. Well, now I don't say 45 days because it's faster to get licensed. So I say exactly what you got to do your first 30 days. After I pick up the IBA, I do the fast start, and then I go, and then I say, okay, so let's sum it all up. How is your schedule? And then I only circle the ones that they're able to come. So they say, I work 9 to 5. I have a job Monday through Friday. I say, okay, great. Then I'll see you Friday nights. It's very important that you show up to my office at 7 p.m. We have trainings every Friday. I need you to be here, okay? And the good thing is that Monday nights are on Zoom from 8 to 9. So because you have a 9 to 5 and you can come to our morning meetings, then just focus on coming every Monday night at 8 from 8 to 9 and Friday nights from 7 to 8:30. Now, what if the recruit can come to Friday nights? Honestly, guys, this is what I was taught. I was taught that this is non-negotiable in op nights. So we used to have op nights every Tuesday. We don't anymore. We only have them once a month. That's why I say pack it out. But we used to have Saturday morning trainings, and I was taught that was not an option. I would say, look, I understand, Amelia. How long would it take you before you can arrange your schedule so you can get Friday nights off? And Amelia would say something like this: you know what? Let me talk to my boss. Let me see if he can let me come in early on Fridays so I can get out at 6 or 7 or 6. Yeah, at 5 or 6 so I can be here for 7. Yes, I need you to show up to Friday nights. Those are must for every person that joins our business. So op nights and Saturday morning trainings, when I joined the business, op night was on Tuesday nights, every Tuesday, and Saturday mornings we had training. And that's what I was trained. I was trained. How long do you think, Ray, it would take you in order for you to arrange your schedule and be here every Saturday morning? And they would say, blah, blah, it would take me 2 weeks, or let me talk to my boss, see if he can start me next week. Okay, perfect. So I need you to arrange your schedule. Meetings are not optional. They need meetings. The meetings, by the way, are not for me, Raul, Johnny, Jackie. The meetings are for future RVPs. That's who the meetings are for. So if Raul or I are not there, you shouldn't be worried. You should be worried about you not being there. You should be worried about your team not being there. The meetings are for you. You need the meeting more than I need the meeting. But we're here and we want to help you and we train. Okay. So one thing that we changed, I was telling a couple of my leaders today, it's that Jackie, Johnny, Raul, and I will be the only ones training Friday night trainings. Here and there, we might get some of you guys to help us with the world class. But Johnny's training one Friday, Jackie another Friday, Raul another Friday, and me another Friday. So only RVPs will be training on Friday nights. So FYI, note that in your schedule, okay? So then we do the list. I say, okay, I'm gonna need you to do a top 25 list, and we write down the whole list, okay? Once they write down the whole list, let's say they write, I don't know, 25 or 27 or 10, it doesn't matter. Whatever amount of names and numbers they could write, let them write them down. And then I'm going to qualify the list. I'm going to say, okay, is John and Mary, let's say they wrote down 10. I'm going to qualify the list. I'm going to say, is Emilia and Tomasi married? Yes. Children? Yes. I'm sorry, over the age of 22? Yes. Children? Yes. Homeowners? Yes. Occupation? What do they do? You know, she works at Walmart and he works at Pepsi. Okay. And they are related to you. How are they related? They're my parents. Okay. Parents. Now let's talk about Ruben. Is he married? No. Is he over 22? Yes. Children? No. Homeowner? No. Occupation? Yes. Where does he do? He works at Quick Quack. Okay, great. What is he to you? Cousin. And I'm gonna qualify this with them. And then I'm gonna say, okay, the ones you're going to book, I would give them a highlighter. Pay attention to this because this is what we're missing. I will give them a highlighter and I would say highlight the people who you think might be good for the business. And they would say, well, I say Ruben, I would say Johnny, I would say Jackie Hernandez right here, and I would say Faith. Okay, great. The people that are married with children, this one, married with children, this one. I'm gonna need you to come book kitchen table appointments so you can get field trained, okay? And I'm gonna go our next step is for me to teach you how to book those. But the people who you believe are gonna be good for training, I'm gonna call. I'm gonna call the people that you think are that will be good for you to build your team, okay? So what are you going to say with the people that are married couples? You're going to say something like this. I didn't use this, but it was good to know how to talk to them because my family and I have a very close relationship. If I'm coming over to my aunt's house, she's not asking me for what are you doing? None of that. I honestly just told her, hey, Tia, what are you doing tomorrow? Can I come by at 5? I started a part-time and I need to get some training. She says, sure. That's how I book all of my appointments, by the way. But it's good to know how to do it and have a benchmark. So we're gonna role play this together. Hey, Tia Veronica, how are you? Break the ice. How was work? What did you do yesterday? Oh my God, I heard you got a new car. That's awesome. Small talk, break the ice, get to the point. I started a part-time. I'm going through some training right now and I need to observe my 10 practice presentations before I get my license. And the reason why I'm calling you is because I want to know if you can help me and be one of them. Yes. Okay, great. What day works for you, today or tomorrow? Today, 6 or 7, 5 or 8. I tell the recruit, don't worry about my schedule, worry about your schedule and your Tia Veronica schedule, okay? If the person speaks Spanish, then I'm going to role play this in Spanish, okay? After a couple of times, I'm going to say this. Would you have any problem calling married couples with children right now? No, okay, I'm going to need you to make those phone calls. I'm going to call the recruit, okay? Now, what am I going to say when I talk to the recruit? Let me see if I can pull it up here because, no, I'm not going to pull it up. I'm not going to put it up because I don't even know if I have it here. So let me go back to Zoom and the meeting. Okay. Okay. I'm not going to pull it up because I don't know if I have it on my phone, but give me a second. Give me 1 second. But they need some laminated, some stuff that I but I laminated something super cool for you guys that I don't have here. Give me 1 second. Okay. Long story short, this is what it is. And if you're licensed, ask for it when you see me tomorrow, okay? Only if you're licensed, okay? What I did is I printed the promotion guidelines, and behind the promotion guidelines, I printed the #1 script that you must master. You have to master it. And it goes like this, okay? Faith just did her top 25. And I'm telling her, you got to get me in front of people and I'm going to recruit you a team, okay? And this is what I'm going to say. I'm going to say this. Hey, hi, Rin, hello. Hi, is this Anaí? Yes, hey, Anaí, this is Noemi Avila. You don't know me, but I believe Faith, your cousin, gave me your number. She's your cousin, right? Yes. I was actually talking to her about my business and what is it that I do. And I mentioned to her that I'm looking for a few solid people for our business. I'm sorry. And I asked her if she knew anyone who was hardworking, motivated, and your name came up. And I was curious, what is it that you do right now? Oh, I work at Home Depot, or I work at Panera, Target. Okay, so got it. Okay, let me ask you this. If a better opportunity came your way, do you keep your options open? Yes. Okay, great. I'm setting up interview appointments in person at my office today or tomorrow. What day works best for you? Tomorrow I'm off in the morning. Okay, great. So does 11 or 12 work for you? At 12. Okay, great. So so then you schedule the appointment and you want them to come to the office, okay? How was the business when I joined Primerica? At nighttime, right now, at nighttime, we would be on appointment. We needed to be in an appointment. I'm going to meet with the top 25 that were couples. I'm going to have appointments tomorrow. But during the morning meetings, right after, like we have meetings from 9 to 11. Guys, every day at 11, people started coming in for interviews. Every day at 11. So I'm here in my office, 11 comes, and no people are coming in. I'm thinking, what did we as a team, what did you as a up and coming promoted new RVP runner, super double stud, you say RVP, what did you do last night that you don't have interviews for the next day? Does that make sense? Like what is it that happened yesterday that you don't have interviews for today? When you are in your RVP run, every day, minimum, you should have 1 to 3 interviews set up a day. How many? 1 to 3. In the field, you should minimum have the same, but more like 2 to 4 KTs a day. 2 to 4. I was running 5 a day. That's why we did me and my trainer over 32 sales. But I thank God that I had a beast field trainer, a beast one. Someone at the company trip said 90% of the RVPs today went district their first 30 days. 90% of the RVPs today went district their first 30 days. I went district my first 30 days. And if you didn't, I'm not saying it ain't going to happen. They said the other 10 were winners that figured it out. The other 10% were winners that figured it out, right? So if you can get promoted within your first 30 days of you joining the business, you didn't do your 3x3 because your field leader didn't help get there, then the winners have figured it out by now. Okay, so figure it out and get to district. If you're not licensed, don't wait too long. Get to your first promotion, which is district leader. Who wouldn't want to get promoted? And life's gonna happen, and either it's gonna you're gonna let it happen or you're gonna make it happen, because 10% is life and 90% how you respond. You gotta respond the right way. You gotta say, look, I don't have a team yet, but I'm going to focus on what Noemi says. My meeting attendance is a big priority. And don't think by you sending them the flyer, they're going to come. Every guest that Raul and I ever had at a meeting is because we called them. And we said, Faith, how are you? I hope you're doing great. How was your day? It was awesome. I did a couple of nails and da-da-da. Okay, really quick, my friend, I'm calling you because tomorrow we're going to have an opportunity meeting and you're going to get recognized. Everyone, I would say that. Why? Because I ran a field training appointment with them and we either got to sell or got to recruit. If you got to recruit or sell the week before an op night, it was game time because I wanted my team to get recognized. So I need you to be there because, you know what? I will make up stuff. I will say, you know what? My whole team's dressing up in red. I need you to be with red colors because we're going to dominate tomorrow's meeting attendance. And it was all about competition. Gary said something. I'm going to leave you guys with this, but some of you guys that log into Gary's call, which by the way, log in every Monday. Yes, log in. Full-timers, we have to be there. It's mandatory. But part-timers, if you're a part-timer on here, log in. You need to get better. You don't have a team because you're not willing to get better. So let me give you an example. Gary said this. Let me just sum it up, okay? He said, discipline is what, not Gary did not say this. Monte Bonner said this. Discipline is what matters and what will help you in this business. Discipline is what matters and what's going to help you in this business. Discipline, become best friends with discipline. And he said, and holding people accountable. Hold people accountable. That's why I think the best thing you can do is tell me your goals and dreams. The best thing you can do. But the worst thing you can do is tell me your goals and dreams. That's the worst thing you can do. Because I'll go visit you at your job and remind you that before all those excuses, you had goals and dreams, right? If you go back to a job. So let me give you the 4 keys that Mr. Cornegay gave us. Number 1, incentive. Always have incentives. Always. Incentives equals achievements. So I don't know if maybe, let's see, Faith, I don't know if you can help me with this. I need you to write down on the Telegram that we have Ruby Ring dinners, okay? Last month I did one only with my full-timers, okay? This month I'm opening it up with everybody in my base shop, okay? You have to do, if you want to be part of my Ruby Ring lunch or dinner, because we're already leaving, a group of us, the people that hit it are going to come with us on the 19th. We're going to Clamatos. But if you didn't hit it, because you weren't invited, but now that you're invited to be part of my Ruby Ring lunches or dinners, you have to do this, okay? You got to do 10 direct recruits or 10,000 in personal premium. Or now you could double dip through field training, or you got to do 4 recruits by 5,000 in premium. Okay. So either 10 recruits, 10,000 or 4 by 5 to be part of the Ruby Ring dinners. Though that's the incentive this month. And this month we also have another one for all you field trainers. Promote 2 district leaders direct to you this month. This month, your district leaders have to do 3 by 3. They have to do 3 by 3. But they had 1 by 1 last month. No, they have to do 3 by 3 this month. You need 2 direct district leaders that do 3 by 3, and you and your partner, if you don't have a partner, then you and me and Raul are going to Mastros. You and Raul and me, Raul, you and I. So those are the incentives. Number 2, competition. Competition will build intensity in your business and fun in your business. Intensity and fun. Let me tell you, but I'm not about competing, right? If you have an A-type and hears you say that A-type is going to be praying at night, Lord, give me wisdom to pass up this fool. Competition is important. Competition is part of it. And the first person you got to compete against is your mind. If you don't think competition is important. Everyone, when you play soccer, football, baseball, this weekend we had the Super Bowl. They didn't play just for fun. They played to compete and get a big fat ring, the Super Bowl ring, right? Okay, you're fighting and playing for this ring, and you're going to get this by being competitive, because competition is what's going to get you uncomfortable. Number 3, recognition. Okay, recognition. He said there's good ego and bad ego. When you get recognized and you do things right, the good ego is what displays. But when you get recognized by doing things bad, the bad ego rises up. So I don't have that issue in my base shop. All you guys are honorable people. You guys are honorable people. You guys compete and compete clean. But recognition is important. Number 4, growth equals profit. You got to keep growing. And what did I say? The enemy of growth is what? Being comfortable. If you're comfortable, you're dying. There's no such thing as stagnation. No such thing. No such thing as, oh, my business is frozen or it just stopped. That doesn't exist in business. If you're not growing, you're dying. That's how it is in business. And then the fifth one, he's number 5, he said relationships. You have to have sustainable relationship with your upline, your upline, RVP, and downlines. Okay. Till this day, I haven't gotten a check from Abraham Montiel's business, and he's my sidelines. We need to have good relationship with uplines, RVP, and downlines. Okay. That's the most important relationship. The most important relationship is up and down. Okay. And number 6, I added a 6th one. Number 6 is be an example. You got to be an example. You got to be an example. You either going to be you're going to either be an inspiring example, or you're going to be a warning example. But you're an example. If you're on this Zoom, you're an example. You're an example of what to do and what not to do. You're an example to the base shop. You're an example with your family. You're an example in your ministry. You're an example with your husband or wife. You're an example in your circle. Make yourself a great example. How do we become great examples? How? By growing ourselves, by saying, man, you know what? I'm not that good as a mom or as a dad, as a business leader. Lord, help me be better. And God has always helped me be a better example. Because as long as you allow him to hold you accountable, then you're gonna be God-fearing to do what's right. And we gotta do what's right. With that being said, that resumes my training. I pray that you get it. If you want any of the material I went over, text me. If you have questions, call me after this. We need you to focus on your meeting attendance. 3 recruits here tomorrow. We're going where? We're going to go have dinner at Applebee's. But you got to have 3 new guests here. 3. And we're going to have 2 auditors. I'm going to have myself as let's see who. I'll have Faith as auditor, and we'll have Emilia as an auditor. So auditors means just people who are going to agree that you brought your 3 guests, right? So, and that's it. Make sure your guests are here on time. It starts at 7, not 7:30. If your guests get here past 7:15, they're not going to be counted as a guest. They have to be here by 7, ideally. I understand sometimes, we miss the place. But honestly, when there's op night, I tell people get here by 6:45 or 6:30. That way I can show them around. Yes, just tell them at 6:30. Show them around, introduce them to some people, because people, when they have 2 to 3 touches, it's a higher chance that you will recruit them. If you just get them straight to the meeting and they didn't meet anyone, they're going to leave. They're going to leave. Those statistics are the same at church. If people get to meet 2 people at that church, 80% they'll come back. So have your team meet someone. Doesn't matter who. Hey, this is Ray. He's one of our top regional leaders. I just want to introduce you to Emilia. She's joining us tonight for the meeting. Oh, great. Nice to meet you. Hey, really quick. This is my guest, Anaí. Anaí, I want you to meet Faith. She's a top regional leader here in our base shop. And another thing, guys, positive. We all go through challenges. It would not be good if I come in depressed, because you guys, your business is tied to my business. So when you come in like something crazy just happened, it's not good. You gotta come with positivity, upbeat, focus, lock in. Who do I need to talk to? And focus on your team. Right after the meeting, no team is more important than your directs and your team. And language is important too. We got to speak positivity in front of any new recruit, anybody that's new. Right now, it's not the time for you to tell me that you just got a flat tire. Right now, we're at showtime. We'll deal with the flat tire afterwards. So I hope we got it, and it's going to be a big month this month. If you can right now, after we are done with the Zoom, text me your goal for the month of February. I'm going to hold accountable those who text me only, okay? Love you guys. See you at the top because the bottom's too crowded. I'll see you guys tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. God bless you.